Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to the incomparable Win Twice Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Holly. We always go over, brother, and that's the bottom line. Dig it? So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained.
Hello everyone and welcome to day number 11 of the 2024 12 Days of WrestleMas at the Win Twice Wrestling Podcast. It's Christmas Eve, it's feeling festive as fucking here if I do say so myself.
And we're about 3 hours when we finish work, then
yes, true. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, by the time this comes out, we'll literally be about 3 hours away, so that's wonderful. I'm sure I'm very happy at this point in time. It's silver medal position, Holly.
Yes.
It is silver medal position. We've gone through the good, the bad, and the ugly, Damien Priest, and we have arrived at second place overall.
Yes, we have.
Holly, who's second place?
That is Gunther.
Do 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 dun 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 dun. Brilliant.
Yeah.
What a year Gunther has had. The stats about the man alone is incredible. So he's been in the company for a good few years now, and for 78% of that time, he's held one form of title.
78%, love that.
Has held one title or another.
Yeah.
So it's either the NXT UK Championship. Was it the NXT title he held? I think he did as well. Intercontinental, and now the World Heavyweight title. To me, he is such a throwback from a bygone era. He's a wrestler's wrestler. We touched upon Luke Jacobs earlier. Mm-hmm. He is like him turned up to the nth degree. Yeah. He's big, imposing. We've said this before. I preferred him when he had a bit more meat on the bone. He's kind of been a bit more conformist now, so it's still, my brain doesn't quite take that in the right way. But he has had, to quote Sheamus, banger after banger after banger. Yes. And I can't see the point against arguing against that, to be fair. I mean, we scored him very highly, me more so than you. Yeah. No, that's still high. That's still very high. What about Gunther to you merits him being certainly this high on the list? For
me this year, it's been the change of how I enjoy him, I guess. It's not that I didn't like his matches before, or him as a general person. It's just that I wasn't really that bothered. I'm not saying they weren't good, but I wasn't that bothered. Whereas this year, strangely, I've actually gone, do you know what? Actually, I like him. But also I think because he's been able to have a little bit more personality this year, for me, that pulls me in. Because without meaning to be, or whether it's intentional, he's quite amusing. I mean, I like
He is funny, yeah.
It's very dry.
Yes.
And it really works for me. Mm-hmm. I like it.
I think it's funny as well if you look at some of the key moments he's had throughout the year. One of the first ones that comes to mind for me is a big match he lost, and that's against Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. He's only had 2 losses, I think, in one-on-one competition, maybe at all, in this calendar year. That's one. Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel is the other, and Cody Rhodes was like a out of nowhere type of win.
Yeah.
Whereas Sami Zayn just beat him, and I'll touch upon Sami Zayn potentially in the next episode, but not as the winner, sadly. Not as the winner. I think he's been the epitome of consistency. Yes. He doesn't need to be a loud, brash character. Mm-hmm. Not obviously in the same realms as he's so very different, but like Jey Uso, we've just covered him in the last one. He is so bold, colourful, bright. Yeah. Gunther is the opposite of all of that. Mm-hmm. But it works.
Oh, it works so well. It works. I think even the faction, right?
Imperium.
Brilliant to me. Brilliant. Because they're, I mean, we know I'm a fan anyway, but I just think the 3 of them together works because also...
It's only 2 now.
Yes. But because Gunther doesn't need anyone.
No.
And even, I mean, it's not to do with the faction, but the match I watched not that long ago when Balor came out and obviously did his stomp thing, and then Gunther goes, I don't need you.
Kicks him in the head.
And I was like, no, I like that.
Yeah, I do as well.
He doesn't need anyone to
he just saw another threat.
Yeah.
Another threat there, like, no, I've got to get rid of you.
Yeah, I like that.
His matches have been hard hitting, like hard hitting being the very definition of what I mean. Yeah. I know it wasn't this year, but he was already having big level matches with the likes of Sheamus and Drew in that triple threat. What a match that was. What a match that was. He continued to have absolute slam dunks throughout the year going into this year. The only blip really, I mean, the Cody thing you kind of chalk off because you know he's not going to beat Cody. Yeah. But Sami Zayn is the one exception to his record. And I'm excited about potential matches he's got in the future. His matches with Damian Priest, and this is why I give Damian Priest the credit that I do give him, as limited as it might be, that his matches with Gunther have been great. Yes. And I'm excited when I think about the possible matches that Gunther could have. I go, okay, Seth Rollins. I absolutely want to see Gunther and Seth Rollins have a match. I think that would be fantastic. And I can't think of anyone in a similar regard to what I said about Bryan Danielson. You put Gunther in the ring with anyone, I'll go, that's interesting. Yeah. Let me see how that looks. Because Gunther doesn't necessarily change what he does at the core, but he will tweak little bits which make it make sense for the opponent he's going against. Like, the chops thing are big with him, obviously. The massive skillet hands that he'll hit someone in the chest with. But the bigger guys, he'll take chops from as well. And sometimes he'll go... And it will look like he's taking a bit of abuse before he throws a big one that takes them out. But then, let's say when Ricochet was there, if he's having a match with Ricochet, he's not going to take chops, he will chop that fucker out the sky as he's coming at him. So it's the same tools, but working well with what... And it never looks silly. Everything he does has a purpose. I can't think of any faux pas he's made in the year at all. Like, English obviously isn't his first language. His promo work, like, you look at someone like a Cesaro. Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio is great in the ring. Yes. Promo's nothing like a Gunther. No. And if you look at them, imagine if Claudio Castagnoli could do that promo work.
Those two with each other would be nice.
That would have been an amazing match. Can't happen. Different companies.
I know, but wouldn't that'd be like a dream match?
Would love that.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. Anyone of in the Drew McIntyre, Sheamus mould. Yeah. And we've seen what Claudio Castagnoli can do with every type of wrestler. Like with the Sami Zayn match at NXT, we saw fantastic. But we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about. I'd really like to see. Yeah, we're here to talk about the man, the myth, the legend that is Gunther. Yes. Where do you see him progressing as we go into 2025? Because he's still got this aura of being undefeated. Not undefeated, because that's not the case, but damn near insurmountable as an opponent. If he takes a few losses in quick succession, does he ever get that back? That aura?
No. He's probably the first one that I don't know where he goes because of all the other, I'm going to say storylines, but do you know what I mean? All the other stuff that is going on, I don't know where he goes to continue to make the impact that he's making.
I agree, which is why I think he fills a very similar role. You have to be picky when he wins and when he loses. Yeah. And to who he loses, because I think they need to keep him in a similar position, not necessarily with the title. No. Because you can take him away for storyline purposes there's no way he doesn't have a match with, I keep wanting to call him Axel Dieter because that was his name, but Ludwig Kaiser. At some point. That's going to be that. We know that's going to be a match. Yeah, of course and that won't involve a title, I'm pretty certain. No. But that will take him away for a while. You have to be selective of when he loses so that it still means something, because then that keeps him in that position. And you know he's going to deliver match quality-wise. Yeah. The match that everyone will want to see when it becomes available, when someone isn't injured, is Ilya Dragunov. Because they have had big matches. NXT UK.
I'm a Dragunov fan, so...
Yeah, as am I. I prefer him to Gunther. As a wrestler, if you give me one of their matches to watch, I'd rather watch a Dragunov match. And do you know where they really started having a feud, apart from in Germany? Progress.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's a match that has ties all the way in Progress. And they've always delivered huge when they've gone against each other. I'll be honest, most of their stuff, like in terms of pre-WWE, was in WXW, which is another company we've briefly seen some of as well. And I get excited at the thought of that match on a big stage. Okay. That will be really fun. So I think that will form part of a storyline there. Put Dragunov in that scenario. He's now got set up with Finn Balor. He's got that on the horizon. That's a fun match.
I mean,
I'm
it's
fine
fun.
with that.
I just don't know if I care.
Only because you know that Finn's not going to win that.
Well, yeah, because it would make no sense.
Would it? And
To
then you
me,
could
it
have...
wouldn't.
No, you could win, and then you could have Finn against...
But the problem is if he wins, he's not winning. This is where, for me, we know from what we review, sometimes it gets a bit dull for me. But if Finn wins that, he's not winning because he's winning by himself.
No, true.
Which I don't like.
But then you've got
But it would
the
make more
title match
sense
with Damian
to-
Priest.
Yeah.
Dom helps him win.
Yeah.
Then Dom has to go up against Gunther at WrestleMania to earn his stripes.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that.
That'd be fun as shit.
Absolutely fine for
Just
that.
him getting slapped the titties off. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
But no, Gunther has been an incredibly...
Yeah.
Probably... I'm looking at the list of names that we've gone through.
Yeah.
We've had some very consistent performers. He is on par. The person we got number one is in the same group, but I won't say who that is just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he was been very much on par with Bryan Danielson in terms of consistent level of performances for me. And I don't, like you, I don't quite know where he's going to go in 2025.
Yeah.
I think he'll still be in the list, but I think he'll be lower down.
Yeah, it is just that weird sort of not knowing. I mean, no one knows what's going to happen.
It's because he doesn't have a distinct storyline personally.
He's just there.
He's there consistently delivering.
Yeah.
And
I just don't know where he fits.
but that isn't to say that he might not be number one next year. Who knows?
No.
He's one of those ones that could end up in any position, and I wouldn't be surprised if he fell off the list. Or maybe I'd be a little bit surprised, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be shocked at the same
Unless
time.
he gets injured, I would
Yeah.
be amazed if he's not on that list next year.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. So it'd be interesting to see where he comes. And unfortunately for Gunther, he's not used to coming in second place, but he has come in second place
He
in
has.
the 2024 rankings list that we
He
put
has.
together. I haven't got anything else that I wanted to cover off on Big Boy Gunther.
No, me neither, actually.
So hopefully you have all enjoyed this episode, the penultimate episode in this series. You've got ready, everything's ready for Santa. Hopefully you got your presents. Don't be that guy. Don't be that fucking guy that goes to a petrol station and gets some shitty little knockoff. Just plan ahead. I mean, it doesn't...
Sometimes I've been there. Sometimes they plan ahead and it's still equally shit. We know my present skill. Like, not my present skills. I think I'm a good gift giver. I'm
Ooh.
not a good gift receiver because some of the ones that I've received have been awful.
So you're a good giver, not receiver. Is
At
that the
gifts.
summary?
At
Gifts,
gifts.
yeah. I never said on
Oh,
anything
no,
else.
and I am a good gift receiver. I'm always grateful, but you know some of the ones that I've received. They've been horrendous.
My gifts to you have been all right.
Yeah, yours have.
Yeah, okay.
But you're not my... I don't have a significant other. but
Lover.
The ones that have been awful.
Yeah, that'll change. But yeah, so after that lovely light-hearted tone to end, hopefully you've got everything set out ready for Christmas, and we will see you on the big day.
Bye.
Until next time, this has been a Win Twice Wrestling production. Peace out.